I speak to you now as a witness. I have been listening. My local time, it's been between 2 and 4 a.m. In part because of Painsomniac, but mainly because I care so much about freedom of information, freedom of the press, and freedom of speech. I've watched in horror and yet to some degree understanding, seeing other farces of a lesser scale as the legal process has been twisted into a set of knots so full it may as well be handmade lace at this point, inasmuch as there are no doubt still people claiming that this is a straight line, a straight string, we've got no problems. Sorry, what we have is hand knotted lace. Okay? We have reporters that have been thwarted at every freaking turn in their attempts to view and watch the proceedings. We've watched Assange being tortured physically and mentally in all manner. We've watched said journalist being treated as a violent criminal. And I know that there are people out there who try and charge him with things. There's no proof. And even if he was, the chains that he's been dragged in and the precautions that has been taken are worse than serial killers. And there's no one on the planet that's actually charged him with that. There's no one even who's alleged that he's done that. And therefore, we need to get back to reason. He is being charged with journalism. And he is a journalist and a news publication leader. He hasn't been able to meet with his lawyers in 5 months. He hasn't been able to meet with his family or his friends in 5 months, as many other people have been released from jail over COVID-19. All of his rights have basically been stripped, except outright killing him at this point. Everything that most of which would be considered outright monstrous, it's already happened. And yet, it continues somehow, in spite of law after law, procedure after procedure being violated. This is definitely a political prosecution, which the treaty says you can't extradite on that. The Queen of England has declined because it's been a matter of, she knows that it's political, and therefore that alone should be one of the many things that should have thrown it out of court. All of the procedural violations, all of the attempts to gain counsel. There are at least a few dozen different reasons why and how other court cases have been thrown out based upon these things occurring, and yet Assange is still in a maximum security prison. This must end. We need freedom of information. We need freedom of press. We need freedom of speech. We need the truth to be set free. Thank you.